neighbors who have chickens on my road, along my road, told me about it. I did not realize that. I'm like, wow, they can be very violent towards chickens. Like, geez, did not know that. I thought that they're to protect the chickens.
No,
Or that. Hmm.
they're terrible.
Yeah, I was like, oof. That's why a lot of my neighbors only have one chicken and one rooster.
Yeah,
And I'm like, hmm. And some of the chickens that are along our road are not. I mean, they're not dumb. I'm not gonna call chickens dumb, but they are dumb because they will cross the road.
oh yeah, and they'll do
And,
it in their own like cake, and it's like car, uh car, like
yeah, and I have to go
car.
running after. I have to go running after them, and they're thinking like, "Oh my gosh, he's coming after us!" I'm like, "I'm coming after you to get you not to get run over, you dang birds!"
Yeah, they're not the brightest thing in the world, are they?
No, they're not.
Where are you going? No, no, do not go out.
See,
Okay,
see, everybody, this is exactly what we're talking about with chickens. They are not the brightest. We're
we hit the okay there. Now you
talking about game chickens when in reality we're also talking about real chickens.
I'm gonna have to let the cat back in. Ah, boy. Hold on, be right back.
Hey, kitty cats, kitty cat. Hmm. Wahaha, I get the hold of the stream for just a little bit. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I didn't say anything.
I know, but I'm trying to get my kitty to come over here. She's
Oh.
annoying. No, she's just gonna stand on my bed. Yeah. No, I don't want
Hey, at least you'll keep your bed warm.
somewhat. She's very small. So just one little spot.
That's fine. Hey, one little spot's better than nothing.
No, if you had my dog laying, she's almost person size. If she lays right
Yeah.
where I usually lay, then when I kick
That.
her out of bed, my bed's down.
Oh.
Hey, she fights me when it's time for bed, and I want my bed. She'll growl at me, but no, this is my. Excuse me. Excuse me.
like,
Did you just say it is your bed?
it's like, excuse me, are you fighting your mom or parents? I'm sorry,
Her
because
the
I'm
person
used.
who she follows. 'Cause she's
Yeah, well, for me,
pet.
since I have cats, I'm called a cat mom. So it's like, so with my cats, I say, excuse me, are you fighting your mom, the person who takes care of you and feeds you?
Are you fighting the person who feeds you?
Yeah, because Lucifer is getting to that point now where he will bite and scratch me no matter what I do. It's like, ay,
I wish we could have it so I could have a little room for like a TV and couches and stuff, so that we could all just sit and watch TV together and things, and then I'm
mm.
out doing something in the game.
Yeah, I wish. Isn't there? You were saying that you wish there was a mod that will actually let your husbands and wives actually do stuff instead of just
Well,
going.
I think the expanded Stardew expanded um or one of the other mods I have on here lets them
Mhm.
do go they you do go see them in town when you're wandering around today. They are in
Mm.
town, and they do mention, "Oh, I went to see my grandparents." Alex says, "Oh, I've gone to see my grandparents," or Victor says, "Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
went to see my mom today." So, and Haley doesn't like her sister, so it's probably she's not gonna go see her sister. Probably like, "Oh, I went into town and saw Emily." Ugh. And the bad part is, sooner or later we're gonna marry Emily, so her sister is going to be her co-wife or whatever,
Oh dear.
and that's gonna be fun because like, why did you marry her? Because I liked her too.
That is.
That's why I've married everyone. I like all.
Yeah, and that's why this game is. I can understand why people say they have a hard time picking one person, but you know,
Hey, there's a mod out there that lets you be able to marry all of them. So I'm taking
yeah,
advantage of it because I want to
yes,
get all their heart things and not have to. I
yeah,
am tempted next time around when I finish when I get everything like almost is to do the round where you just ask everybody to hate you and get that bad scene where everybody's mad at you.
oh gosh,
They all show up at your house and they're like,
uh,
"You're dating her and him and her and him all at the same time while you're dating me. How dare you?"
oh my
And then
gosh,
they're all mad,
uh,
and they're like, basically, they I don't know if they break up with you or if they just kind of are mad at you, and so then every time you talk to them, they're like, "Hmm," or "Go away," or whatever. I just want to kind of see if I can be one mad. But
that would be.
this round, like, I want everybody to love me.
Mhm. Even though they all live in the same house and they're going to eventually find out. That's
But I don't think I think the mod free love basically takes out being jealous,
uh
them being jealous of you marrying other people. But like at the same time, they should make it so they actually acknowledge the fact that you have married other people. Like at least have comments like blah 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 did this today and that really annoyed me, or like like actually have where they actually are having conversations with each other
yeah, but
besides just you.
yeah, but here's the thing: how much? And this is just something I keep thinking about every time you talk about all this. How much of real life do you want it to spill over into a game? Because
I
this is
want
just
enough real life that I can go, I can see that.
you get enough of that from this game. I mean, again, and this is why I always, and I hear people talk about this, games like Stardew Valley, you look at the package, it's like, oh, this is so cute. And then you play, it's like, oh, this is really cute and everything. And then you get to stories like what the villagers have, and you're like, wait a minute. I did not know this was going to be in the game.
Well,
Talking
it's
about a
yeah.
talking about a war and whatnot. It's like the
The
package lied to me.
yeah, like the war is basically built into the vanilla.
Mhm.
But then
I know.
you get more facts or evidence of it when you talk to like um Victor's Victor's mom. Because
Hmm.
Victor and Victor's mom, like they came from the place that our country in this game is fighting, and so
Hmm.
they have family and friends still over there, and there's no communication, and so you feel really bad for them because like you don't know what's um
Right.
happening to their loved one, and so it's really sad and heartbreaking
Right.
to like
And I
hear them talk about it.
yeah. But like for me, whenever I watch someone's game or playthrough of a game or something, and they say, oh, it looks so cute, it looks adorable or something, and then eventually they get hit with serious stuff, and they're like, you see them the face like, I did not expect that in this game. I thought it would be cute.
Yeah. Sometimes that
So it's like,
I don't like that twist.
mm-hmm.
Like I just want it
And
to be cute and cuddly. I didn't want a dark side of it. Please.
yeah, and that's like, for example, Bug Snap, the game that I thought that you might like. That's kind of like that in a sense. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but you know, like you can look at the at the artwork and whatnot and say, "Oh, this is a cute game. I would like to play this."
Yeah.
Especially like, "Oh my gosh, you eat bugs that are like snacks of, you know, real life food." And you get your arms or your legs or whatever body parts switched into the food. Like, how can this be dark? And I've seen it. I've seen the dark of it, and I ain't spoiling it.
Well, it's kind of like there's a couple games that I've watched other people play, where it's like this cute game where you're like a kid in the hospital, and like weird things are happening, and it becomes darker and darker, and you're like, thought this was going to be a cute, wholesome kid gets into hospital, meets friends, gets killed kind of thing. No, 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 no. It's about ghosts and demons and scary things, and you're like, what the like, why?
Trust me, I think I know what you mean.
Because it's one of, I don't know, it's one that Cry one time. I was like, what happened? Why did it go from this to this? And, okay, is the kid dead? Because it's like, we don't know if the kid's dead or just kind of scary. Like,
Oh, I was gonna say, you said something. You said Cry, right?
yeah, like, yeah,
Oh
Cry.
God, that's a name I have not heard in such a long time because nobody's talked about him in a long, long time.
Why? I just kind of stopped watching him because he wasn't playing anything that was really interesting to me.
Because he did, because he did something. He did something really, really bad.
Oh,
He even admitted it in a video
oh,
that he did something really, really bad.
okay, but my question is it forgivable or is it something that he is?
Real world.
Yeah, but is it forgivable or is it something where you can?
Uh, well, it's something that you can. It's something that you can really won't be able to come back from if you. Let me just, and since you say your stream is like 18 and up or
Yeah,
something,
it is. But
let me just tell you, and I will not go on it any further. It involves minors.
oh boy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So because because basically what happened is he admitted it in a video that he was doing stuff with minors, and since then he has not been able to recover from it.
Well, at least he
That's why you
admitted
don't.
it.
That's why his channel's quiet. That's why his Twitter is quiet. And a
Yeah.
lot of the people he used to collaborate with, Russ, Money, Scott John, Snake, a lot of them have turned their backs on him because some of them had a lot, especially who was it? Scott. He had a lot of problems with Cry because Scott had a girlfriend that he wanted to get married, and Cry kept trying to steal Scott's girlfriend from him, and he admitted that he did that. So it ruined a lot of friendship with them. So that's all I'm going to say about it.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yep, but then again, that's why I said that's why you haven't seen any videos on his channel.
My character's because I'm going. I'm in shock.
Yeah,
I'm in shock. I'm devastated.
it was a big thing. It was a
I
big
don't know where I
thing.
was when this all happened then.
Maybe it was probably a good thing you didn't know about it at the time,
Well,
because it was all over Twitter.
where was I? What was happening when this was happening? When did this happen? Was it a year or so ago? Because if it was a year or so ago, a lot of things were happening in my real life that was causing a lot of stress, and I was watching things that wasn't stressful. So
let me see.
maybe that's
It was about a year ago, like 1 year ago.
I don't know. I probably was just not paying attention to anything that was drama because I really fell down a rabbit hole on YouTube a while back.
Yep, it was about 1 year ago when he posted a video called Let's Be Genuine. And that was the last video he posted on his YouTube. And since then, he hasn't.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
I thought he was a really cool person.
I thought so too. But when this came out about it, and there were a lot of victims who went to Scott and Russ and Snake about their experience with Cry, and Snake would not post, would be respectful and not post it, but all three of them did a lot of videos and did some Twitch streams discussing it and sharing their experience on how they felt.
It's just
Yep. So he has not been able to come back from it since. And as far as I know, because Snake, like I said, Snake did a stream about it, explaining what has happened since. As far as I know, Fry has not received any actual punishment for it.
well, there's nothing we can do. I mean, we can report him and
That's what they did. But because he lives in Florida and whatnot, there's no things about it. So, but that's as far as that's all that Snake knows. Snake has known so far is that there has been no legal repercussions for Cry about it.
that's that.
Yeah, that's that, and that's the end. So, but I mean, I don't know, and I think this is where some people have brought up, have said to me like, "Oh, what would be the limit for somebody to, to have you like cut ties with them?" And I'm like, well, I don't know, but because some people, I don't know, it's just really tough for me to make that call, because I think, that I told you before, I have got a lot of hate for supporting my friend Evan through all his stuff that he's been going through, and people think like, oh, he's just downright, unredeemable and whatnot. I'm like, you don't know that. I mean, if he did something bad, okay, he admits that he did something bad, and I'll still be able to support him. But I don't know. It's like, I wouldn't know.
There is a point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it has there has to be evidence of it, and it can't be just someone going, "Oh, this person's dead." It can't
Right.
be hearsay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whereas so that's like, yeah, well, I mean, that is the difference between the two cases.
Because
And with,
I
yeah,
hate when people go, "Oh, this person," people go, "Oh, this person's dead," and they did this. Okay, do you have evidence of it? Have you asked this person about it? Oh, they'll lie about it. Oh no, did you ask? No, I did not. Well, then you have no evidence of the person actually doing it. And like sometimes even if there is like people going, oh, this person did this, okay, but evidence, you know what I mean? I'm not
Right. Like,
I'm not excusing some people's acts. I'm just
right.
saying people can go around saying this person did this to me,
Right.
like without.
And that's the kind of culture we live in a sense.
And that pisses me off. It's kind of like the law in Texas, where if someone's like, I heard someone had a uh, a abortion and it offended me, they can sue this person who supposedly had something
Mm-hmm.
for $10,000 when they didn't know about it. They just heard it from someone else, and it's
Exactly.
literally stupid. Like that's the
Exactly.
stupidest thing. Like, oh, this offended my sensibility.
Right.
Care. You
And
weren't
like,
experiencing this, so why are you even having a fit?
right. Like, for example, and again, I am very sorry for acting this way on your stream when I tell people not to do that. But, um, like, for example, and like, take, take, oh God, I'm trying to think before I mince my words. Take the whole LGBTQIA plus thing. Anytime somebody decides to come out as whatever sexuality or whatever preference they choose to be at, they choose to represent themselves.
Yeah,
It doesn't annoy me that they're doing that, but it annoys me because I know they're going to be the target of somebody's hatred, and I'm like, stop that. Not
yeah.
stop that to the person who's trying to come out because they deserve to be treated as a human being, but stop treating them like they don't get to be whoever they want to be.
Well, yeah. I don't understand either. It just
Like, for example, when you came out as being non-binary, you didn't come out to me though first about it, but I mean, when I heard about it, I'm like, okay, they're still a human being to me. They're still my friend. I don't really care what sexuality they come out as.
yeah.
I will still be there for them. But if somebody else was to come by and say, oh, you can't be non-binary, you have to be a boy or a girl, I'm like, they don't have to choose that. If they choose, they don't. If they choose to not identify as either, they're still a human being. And you don't get to tell them how to live their life.
I just find it interesting that people think they have the right to tell other people you can't do this or can't do this when it's like a personal thing that has with their body, their mind, not anything outside of themselves. But for some
Right,
reason, everybody else feels like they have on
right. Or they say like, oh, that offends me that they want to identify as non-binary. I'm like, how does that bother you? So what?
like, how does this hurt? Like,
Yeah,
that's my issue. It's like,
how?
how does this hurt you specifically when it's
Yeah,
like nothing to do with people? Like,
yeah. It's like
you're not even a close friend of said person. You're
sometimes sometimes when someone tells me they're like, oh, that offends me, I'm like, okay, give me a clear example or clear thoughts before you open your mouth and explain to me how that offends you so badly. I'm waiting. And if they don't come up with a good answer other than like, well, it just offends me, I'm like, that's not a valid point.
I
Give me a good example.
I just go, well, then it can offend you. Like, you can be offended all you freaking want. It's not gonna change anything that's been happening
No,
with me
no,
or anybody else around me. So I don't
no.
understand why it can't even. Because like the good thing is, no one's come in and said anything to me. Like since I've used the tag, like most times
No.
people come in and like don't know what that is, and so they ask me questions. So then I can
Right.
enlighten them or give them information.
Yeah.
But like
Like,
it just interests
well,
me. That's all.
yeah. And as you go through life, or as we go through this life, more people come out as non-binary, and it's like I'm happy for those people. Look at all the look at the Demi Lovato. She came out as non-binary.
Dang.
Look at Yuta Hikaru, the Japanese singer,
Yeah.
pop singer. They recently came out as non-binary after a while, so it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they identify as. They should still be treated as a human being, in my opinion. And that's what they want. They want to feel valid to be a human being and be respectful of what they feel they want to be. Um, Little Karibo's partner, Marion, they came out as non-binary.
Cool.
I follow both Little Karibo and Marion on Twitter. And every day Marion tweets about how she felt, how they felt, being identifying as bi and then being coming out as non-binary, and how that does affect their status as a voice actor because they always get pushed into female or male roles all the time. And it's
Yeah.
like they're very vocal about it. And I'm like, I'm glad you want to be vocal about it, and
I
coming up
really
with
want to have
how,
a baby. Oh my god, no, you three. I don't want any children.
oh my God, they're asking you about children.
Yeah, like, because, like, in the first playthrough before the whole mess up with the thing, Alex,
Mm.
for about 3, 4 days in a row, in one playthrough, in one stream, kept asking, "Can we adopt a baby?" I'm like, Alex, no, please stop. Our house is going to be very full. We're going to have at least 12 to 16 different adult people in this house. I cannot imagine having that many children, even on top of that. And the children do nothing. Like,
Mhm.
they are babies, then they're toddlers. That's it in this game. They do not do
Mhm.
anything. And so then they just stand in the way. They're cute as hell. I love the idea of, but in this game they're not useful at all. They don't
Mhm.
help you with the farm or anything in the house. Um, I mean, they don't grow up, they don't go to school or any of that stuff. So it's like, what's the point of them? Like,
Mhm.
the thing is, like, having a whole bunch of husbands and wives, they can't at least do quote unquote do stuff.
Mhm.
But that's just me. I mean, I'm weird like that. Anyways,
And
so it's
to be to be fair, people, we're not talking about real life children. We're talking about in-game characters. Okay.
in-game children, because in-game children are terrible. I mean,
Yes, we're not talking about real life children.
even though there's a mod that makes it so they go to school, like, they grow up to be school age kids. I don't even
Mhm.
want that mod because I don't want kids. I don't want kids in this game for me, because we are literally having a polyamorous household with a whole bunch of
Mhm.
adults. I mean, yes, we don't have any adult fun time in said game, but it's just a lot of adults living together, and I mean, it seems like a really weird thing to bring kids into. That's all I have to say. Not in real
Yeah.
life, but in game. Because,
Well,
anyways,
and I say that also because the streamer has a niece of her own, of their own. So they're not talking about
no,
in real life children. Okay, so because they have a niece of their own.
yes, but, like, just in game children. Game.
Yeah, just in Stardew Valley, they're talking about
Just look
the
up
about.
Stardew Valley children, like, videos of people, like, having them,
Mhm.
because, like, there's a mod where you can just have as many Stardew as
Oh my
as
gosh,
many
no, no.
Stardew children, and basically, it was breaking their game because the kids were walking outside of the house, with, like,
Oh
the
my.
black areas around the house, just walking outside of the house, like, in the realm of non-existence, and so it's like after a while, too many. There's just too many. So I've been streaming for like actually 3 hours now, and
Oh
I
gosh.
think I'm gonna call it here. I said I was gonna stop at 2, and
Yes.
I got a little carried away with the conversation and just doing stuff in game. So I'm gonna call it here, and I want to thank my sister for stopping in and voice chatting with me and being my mod for
Yes,
the
yes.
stream. And anybody else who popped in or is lurking in the backgrounds, thank you for lurking. I will see you all whenever I stream again, which I
Make
am
sure
not.
though, if you are looking, just use the look command to let us know.
Or if you're too shy to like use the lurk thing, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I need to work better on how I explain things because it makes always I always sound like I'm pushing people to use things, but yes, if
okay,
you ever do want to use the look command, you can. If not, that's totally fine.
yes. But I just want to thank anybody who watches this later on. Thank you for watching, because I have noticed that people have watched my streams after the fact. So I want to
Oh,
thank everybody who watches them after. Thank you for watching. Um,
yeah. And don't take
I
any of what we said in serious if you watch later. We again, I preface that we are not talking about real life children. We're talking about in-game children that don't do anything.
anyways, thank you for watching. I will talk to you all later, and have a good evening.
And stay
I will,
safe out there.
and I will see you all next stream whenever that is. Okay, bye bye, everybody.